Well, well, Lady Teazle, though my life may be made unhappy by your temper, I'll not be ruined by your extravagance.
My extravagance? I'm sure I'm not more extravagant than a woman of fashion ought to be.
No, no, madam, you shall throw away no more sums on such unmeaning luxury. 'Slife, to spend as much to furnish your dressing room with flowers in winter as would suffice to turn the Pantheon into a greenhouse, and give a fete à champêtre at Christmas.
Lord, Sir Peter, am I to blame because flowers are dear in cold weather? You should find fault with the climate, not with me. For my part, I'm sure I wish it was spring all the year round, and that roses grew under one's feet.
Oh, Miss Madam, if you had borne to this, I shouldn't wonder at your talking thus, but you forget what your situation was when I married you.
No, no, I don't. 'Twas a disagreeable one, or I should never have married you.
Yes, yes, madam. You were then in somewhat an humbler style. The daughter of a plain country squire. Recollect, Lady Teazle, when I saw you first, sitting at your timbre, in a pretty figured linen gown, with a bunch of keys at your side, your hair combed smooth over a roll, and your apartment hung round with fruits in worsted of your own working.
Oh, yes, I remember it very well. And a curious life I led, my daily occupation to inspect the dairy, superintend the poultry, make extracts from the family receipt book, and comb my Aunt Deborah's lapdog.
Yes, yes, 'twas so indeed.
And then you know my evening amusements, to draw patterns for ruffles which I had not the materials to make up, to play Pope Joan with the curate, to read a sermon to my aunt, or to be stuck down to an old spinet to strum my father to sleep after a fox chase.
I'm glad you have so good a memory. Yes, madam, these were the recreations I took you from. But now you must have your coach vis-a-vis, and 3 powdered footmen before your chair, and in the summer a pair of white ponies to draw you to Kensington Gardens. No recollection, I suppose, when you were content to ride double behind the butler on a docked coach horse.
No, I swear I never did that. I deny the butler and the coach horse.
This, madam, was your situation. And what have I done for you? I've made you a woman of fashion, of fortune, of rank. In short, I've made you my wife.
Well then, and there is but one more thing you can make me to add to the obligation, and that is...
My widow, I suppose? I thank you, madam, but don't flatter yourself. For though your ill conduct may disturb my peace, it shall never break my heart. I promise you, however, I am equally obliged to you for the hint.
Then why will you endeavour to make yourself so disagreeable to me, and thwart me in every little elegant expense?
'Slife, madam, I say, had you any of these little elegant expenses when you married me?
Lud, Sir Peter, would you have me be out of fashion?
The fashion, indeed. When? What had you to do with the fashion before you married me?
For my part, I should think you'd like to have a wife thought a woman of taste.
Aye, there again. Taste. Zoons, madam, you had no taste when you married me.
That's very true indeed, Sir Peter. And after having married you, I'm sure I shall never pretend to taste again. But now, Sir Peter, if we've finished our daily jangle, I presume I may go to my engagement at Lady Sneerwell's?
Aye, madam, there's another precious circumstance, a charming set of acquaintance you've made there.
Nay, Sir Peter, they are all people of rank and fortune and remarkably tenacious of reputation.
Oh, yes, egad. They are tenacious of reputation with a vengeance, for they don't choose anybody should have a character but themselves. Such a crew. Oh, many a wretch has rid on a hurdle, who has done less mischief than these utterers of forged tales, coiners of scandal and clippers of reputation.
What, would you restrain the freedom of speech?
Oh, they've made you just as bad as any one of the society.
Why, I believe I do bear a part with a tolerable grace. But I bear no malice against the people I abuse. When I say an ill-natured thing, 'tis out of pure good humour, and I take it for granted that they deal in exactly the same manner with me. But, Sir Peter, you know you promised to come to Lady Sneerwell's too.
Well, well, I'll call in, just to look after my own character.
Then indeed you must make haste after me, or you'll be too late. So, goodbye to you.
So, I've gained much by my intended expostulation, yet with what a charming air she contradicts everything I say. And how pleasingly she shows her contempt for my authority. Well, though I can't make her love me, there is great satisfaction in quarrelling with her. And I think she never appears to such advantage as when she's doing everything in her power to plague me.